drop so right. Clap your hands, drop so right. Clap your hands, drop so right.
As long as I got you, baby.
Clap your hands, drop so right. Clap your hands, drop so right. Clap your hands, drop so right.
As long as I got you.
Alright, so for this video I'm going to be talking about my background into fishing and what this YouTube channel is for, and then the last part of the video I'm going to be covering about what's in my tackle box and what I use to go fishing with. So to start off with my background, I normally fish in saltwater environment and I only do bottom fishing, and the only time I get to go fishing is during the summertime. So now, like, you know, it's getting really repetitive, so I'm just trying to change it up and improve on my angling skills. Trying out freshwater fishing. Never really gone fishing specifically for like bass before, so like I've never used lures, worms, all these, you know, interesting things that that you have to use for like bass fishing and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you can use like just regular worms and stuff like that, but you know, there's days where like the bass won't be taking that. But so yeah, that's how I got into bass fishing. Oh, and then like how, like, specifically how I got into it was I was trying to go for rockfish, and that's what we call it in Maryland, you know, stripers. But during the wintertime, like, I don't get a chance to go out to go fishing a lot, and that's the only time when I get is during the summer. So I was thinking about like what other like fishing things I can do during like all the other seasons. So I went on YouTube and I just looked up some videos on like some fishing stuff like in Maryland, and then like somehow at some point I specifically like got into bass fishing videos, and then the first bass video that popped up was one rod one reels fishing. And then after that, like, I watched all of his videos and it was really interesting, and that's when like my day off from work was coming up, and that's when, you know, I went out to Bass Pro Shop, just geared up on all the stuff that I think that I'm supposed to need or I was going to use. So that's when I headed out and I just tried fishing. And I also have a funny story about how I met one rod one reel fishing too. It's a really interesting story. It was kind of awkward on my behalf because, you know, he was a really cool dude, but I'll get into that in a little bit more later. And for this YouTube channel, word of advice, like, if you guys are looking for videos of like how to fish or like tutorials or anything like that related, like, you know, this channel is not about that. This channel is about mainly on my behalf of like, I want to see how I started like all these videos, like how I started out bass fishing, like my education and my skills and all that area when I first started out. And then I want to see, like, from 2 years from now, I want to see like how much did I improve, or if I improved at all. And I think it would be cool if I just posted up on YouTube so you guys can see my journey in bass fishing also. So that's what this YouTube channel is about. It's not about me trying to show off, act like I know what I'm talking about. It's not that at all. It's about me trying to learn. So if you guys do have any suggestions or videos that you guys want me to like look up on, like, feel free to just comment or whatever. That would be really cool. That will help me out a lot. And I think I covered most of the basic stuff already. So let me go ahead and get the camera ready and show you guys what I'm using for to go bass fishing with, like what's inside my tackle box. And feel free to say, like, comment below and just be like what you think I need in my tackle box, what you think I don't need, and stuff like that. Alright, so for my tackle, this is my tackle bag right here, a little tackle backpack. It's from Wild River. My girlfriend got this for me during our 3rd year anniversary. I recently just got this like about maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. But let's go over and see what I have in this bag. We're gonna start by exterior wise. You know, I got 2 really big side pockets, 2 small pockets. The top is this is where it's for my sunglasses, but usually I keep other things in here also. That's for sunglasses. And then back here is pretty cool because there's like a little zipper back here, and that zipper is like, it pulls out like a little rain cover for the whole bag and stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. And then let's see, I have my quick access like pliers right over here. I got this retractable thing that I don't even know what to put on it yet, but I'll definitely be using that pretty soon someday. For this side, let's see what I have in here. You know, I keep like small scissors and a little pocket knife just in case I ever need to cut something or anything like that. For this side small pocket, let's see what I have. Oh, it's like my little headlamp. In case if I'm ever fishing out there trying to catch my first bass of the day and it takes me forever and I'm out there all night. Oh, and the cool thing about this bag is that it has this flashlight on it also. So like there's a couple settings. I don't know, this is a really fancy bag. I don't know if I'm ever going to use that light, but if I ever do need it, it'll be there for me. In the front pocket, let's see. It's kind of cool because like this, the purpose of this is kind of like a working tray. So like if you ever need to tie something down and stuff like that, like the working tray is right here for you. It's not really that stable, but you know, at least there's a platform for you to hold something on. And then what's cool is like if you're working at night, the light does pop out and just shine it there. I bring a lighter just in case I need to cut something, like, you know, my scissors. I need to get new scissors because those scissors can't go through my braid. I keep a small measuring tape. I got some GoPro housings and stuff like that, my back doors for it. I got some fish scent. I got the shad scent and then the crawfish scent. And that's what I have in there. And then the big side pockets. This side, let's see, this little tackle box is all my hooks and stuff. I keep all my hooks in here. Some weights that I just got. Let's see, some jig heads. Yeah, that's where I keep all my hooks and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm pretty organized when it comes to like all my tackle and stuff. And I also got this really cool dinky tackle box thing. I got it from eBay for like I think $5. And this is where I keep like all my smaller stuff, like my snaps, my O-rings, split rings. That's all I have in here for now. It's really cool. It just pops open like this. Really easy. I don't know how long this is going to last, if it's durable or not, because it's a product you got from eBay. Alright, so that's for that side pocket. And for this side pocket, let's see. I also got some bullet weight over here. I keep some line in here also. Okay, that's about it. And my mystery tackle box bait card. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, and then the top. There's a top compartment to this whole bag. The whole bag can be connected as one. Over here, this is where I keep my fishing license. And I got this little box. This is oh man, I forgot to take these out. But this box, like I keep most of my plastics in here, like that I already used, dipped in the water and stuff like that. And this box is mainly, the purpose for this box is when I use these baits and I put them in the water and stuff like that, and after I take them out, like, you know, when I first started out, like last month, I would put back the lures inside the box, and like some of the hooks will get rusted. So what I do now is I just put it in here, and then like if I remember to, like when I get home, like I'll just let them air dry out, so that way they don't get rusty. But yeah, that's what this box is for. Okay. And then the top bag, this is where I usually keep all my soft plastics and stuff like that. And let's see. Okay, so I got all the soft plastics. And then I also got another box in here too. This is for like when I go fishing for like sunfish, crappies, or anything like that. I started using some of these soft plastics when I was fishing out in saltwater fishing, when I was going for white perch. Man, those white perch was killing these. And if you guys, let me show you guys. But yeah, like I'll hook them up like on a drop shot, you know, or a jig head, and just cast it out there, and you know, they're killing these things out there. It's pretty awesome. It was a really fun day fishing for white perches with these. I'm trying fishing with these one day just to catch some sunfish or bluegills or anything like that. So those are those two small boxes. Let's see what kind of soft boxes I have. I got some Super Chunk Juniors. I got some flukes in here, white flukes. I think this is called like a Paca Junk Senior or something. Paca Chunk Senior? Yeah, this is what it is. And then I got some Rage Tails, coffee scented. And then this is what I got from Mystery Tackle Box. You know, fish hog with a little chartreuse tail. It's pretty cool. I'm going to use this one day. Charlie's Worms. I got some trick worms in here. Okay, and then I got some lizards. And then I got some like the little critter crawls. And I got some Senkos that Mysteries Tackle Box sent me. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to use these Senkos. Like, that's what I need to learn how to use. Like, I need to learn how to fish on soft plastic and stuff like that. Well, I need to learn everything first because, you know, I'm completely oblivious of, like, what's going on out there. So that's why. And then sometimes, like, when you guys will look at all this stuff, you're going to be like, what the heck does this guy need all this stuff for? But, you know, like, I'm very versatile. Like, I want to have, like, all these stuff just in case I ever, like, run into a situation where, like, I would need to use something like that. So that's why I bought a lot of these. Now, you guys probably be really pissed off when you see my hard bait. Okay, down here, I think I have like there's I think these are 3,600 boxes right here. So my top box is like usually my top water lures and stuff like that. And I know I want to have like so much more lures than I need because like I just started out. And when I first started out, the big mistake I made was like before I even had any knowledge of like what a lure is or what it specifically is for, like I just went out and bought like a different variety of things. And I think like my first week of bass fishing, I dropped like $300 to $400 worth of tackle gear, and it was the dumbest mistake I ever made because I bought stuff like, you know, like it has no purpose. You know, maybe it has purpose for other people, but for me, like I don't think like I'll be ever using it. So thank goodness I signed up for Mystery Tackle Box. But yeah, okay, so these are all my top water lures and stuff like that. These are all my frogs, where I keep my frogs. I got this little diamond blue greenish frog, the white frog, you know, and then I also got this through Mystery Tackle Box, this little popper. I think it was called the Spit and Wall frog, you know. Yeah, those are my frogs. I have like about 6 frogs or something like that. I need to learn how to use a frog too, because, you know, it's something really interesting. These are my jerk baits over here. This is where I keep my jerk baits. And then this one's really funny right here. This is, let me see if I can uncook these. Okay, so anyways, this was supposed to be a jerk bait, but my roommate, okay, you know, like the little deflector thing that goes right down here. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called, but it's supposed to be a jerk bait, but he, you know, he doesn't really know how to like use these lures or anything. So he thought like the little lip, oh, it was a lip. The lip that's supposed to be down here, he completely like ripped it out and you know, put a hole on it, and then and he taped it up, and like he just gave it to me. And then so what I did with it is I melted down some plastic and I cover up the hole, and then since I don't have that lip anymore, I use this for my top water spook. I haven't tried it out yet, but definitely looking forward to try that out. Okay, and then these are my poppers. You know, I got some of these from my roommate. I bought one of them. I got another really good popper that I like to use that's in my other box that's been drying out. And then I got this popper from my dad. He bought like a bunch of like lures on eBay and stuff like that, and he gave me some. But you know, I don't really like these because when you cast it out, like these hooks, they tend to like hook each other, and I don't really like it. But if I do go out, like I'll let my girlfriend use this and let her try it out. And she got her first fish on a lure. I think her first fish, it was on this one, and then she caught a bluegill. So that was pretty interesting. She liked it. It was fun. All right, and then this jerk bait right here. This is when I use this jerk bait, like, you know, I always remember that story. This is the first bass I ever caught my bass on, was just with this jerk bait. And every time when I'll look at this lure, like I'll remember the story of like that first day, like I caught my first bass. Because the first time when I caught my first bass is this is when One Rod One Reel fishing comes in. All right, so the story with that is it was my day off, and I only watched his video for about that. I watched all his videos that week, and then so my day off, I went out to Centennial Lake, and then I was throwing everything I have out there. I didn't use the jerk bait yet, so I was throwing a lot of stuff out there, and I didn't even know what to throw out there. So I kind of got annoyed, and so I was about to head out. So as I'm leaving, I'm walking towards my car, and then Michael, that's his name, Michael from One Rod One Reel Fishing, he walks past me, and I'm just like, in my mind, like, I'm just like, oh, I think I know that dude, but I can't remember where I know him from. So I got in my car, right, and I'm just like, I'm so fed up with fishing that day, because I couldn't catch anything, because like my knowledge on bass fishing was just like, it was like at a minimal, like to none, you know. So I started thinking, I was like, holy crap, that's Michael from One Rod One Reel Fishing. So I headed back out there, and it was so awkward because, like, you know, I don't usually approach somebody and just ask them questions like that because I saw them on YouTube or like the internet or Instagram or whatever, you know. So, you know, I was like, what the heck, you know, this is for bass, you know, like I really want to learn how to fish. So I came out there, and he was, I think he was working a popper or something like that. I forgot what he was fishing with, but he was working on a video. And then I came out there and I was like, hey, by any chance, are you like Michael from One Rod One Reel Fishing? And he was like, yeah, dude. And then so we started talking a little bit, and he was just asking me like about how's my day going, about like fishing, did I catch anything yet? And I was like, dude, and I told him straight up too. I was like, I honestly have no idea what I was doing. And I asked him if I can tag along with him while he was making his video, and he was like, yeah, that's fine. So like, I tag along and stuff like that, and it rained on us for a little bit, so we sat in the car and we waited. Obviously he sat in his car and I sat in my car. So after the storm passed by real fast, it was like 30 minutes or so, we came back out there and we were on Centennial Lake and we were fishing, and then he told me, why don't I just go ahead and try this jerkbait out, and like you know, I cast it out there and I was just like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So I was just like, all right, so what should I be doing with this jerkbait? And he was just like, you know, there's different like rhythms you can do with it. You know, sometimes you can pull fast, sometimes you can just twitch, pause it, and that's what I did. I was like twitch, pause, and that's when I caught my first bass. Yeah, all thanks to One Rod One Reel Fishing, Michael. Like he helped me out a lot, and I still watch all of his stuff. Like all his stuff is awesome. Like you guys should definitely go check out his YouTube channel. You can learn a lot from that guy. So yeah, that's the story how I met Michael, like personally, and that was pretty cool too. It was a pretty cool experience. I learned a lot that day. All right, so that's it for that box and that story. So that first box is my top water, and then my second box, like this is where you guys are gonna get pissed off because you're like, all right, so you're a newbie, but you got all these lures and stuff, and you don't even know how to use them, and you don't know like, you know, what they're called and stuff like that. But like I said, like I like to be like versatile. Like I want to have all these stuff just in case I ever need them, because eventually like I'm gonna have to buy these anyways. So for all these crankbaits, I got them on eBay for really cheap. The guy was selling, I think, 20 of these crankbaits for like about $45 or something like that, and it was like, so that's like almost $2.50 a piece, I think, something like that. But yeah, these are really cool. So everything in this box I got from eBay except for these two, I think. I got this this crawfish looking one. It's bright red, and then I got this KVD square bill. That's really cool. It's like a little shad pattern. It's really cool. I can't wait to use this one. But yeah, there's some really interesting stuff in here. So that's for my crankbaits, and I'm like terrified to use the crankbaits because like I don't even know where to throw them. Like people say just throw them along the bank and, you know, just work them, but like I'm gonna definitely have to check out some more videos on like that type of stuff, so that way I can get some knowledge on like how to use the crankbaits, so I don't snag them all the time. So those are my crankbaits, and then this one I also got on. This is my third box. I also got this on what is it, eBay also, and it was from the same seller that I got it from. He was selling like 20 of the lipless crankbaits for like I think $20, so they were like $1 a piece, and it was really good. Most of his stuff, like some of them was used and stuff like that, but it's cool. Like he sent me in, like they're still in good conditions. So this box I keep like all my lipless crankbaits in here, and I also keep my spinning jigs, I think, and then I keep a couple of my jig heads in here also. But yeah, I got my buzz bait in here too that I got from Mystery Tackle Box, and then a couple of my spinner baits are in here also. And then that's it, I think. Yep, that's it. And in my fourth box, I'm keeping it empty just to fill it up in case I ever need it one day. Yeah, definitely I'll be filling up a lot of these stuff pretty soon too, because I'm subscribed to Mystery Tackle Box. But yeah, that's all in my that's what's in my tackle box. Oh, and like, you know, I don't have any room to give you guys any advice or anything, but the one advice I can give you is don't, like, if you're just getting into bass fishing, like, don't make the mistake that I made by just going out there and not knowing what to buy and just dropping like $300 to $400 worth of lures and stuff like that, because, you know, at the end of the day, you're just gonna be. I lost a popper that cost like about $9, I think. Before like that thing even hit the water, like it was in the bushes. Like I just lost so many lures and stuff like that. So I did my research, started watching more videos and stuff like that, and just educating myself on like what to use and stuff like that, how to cast it out there. So yeah, like if you're ever just getting new to something, like get a brief, like buy like 1 or 2 things, I'd say, so that way you get adjusted to it and get comfortable with it. Don't make the mistake of going to buy like $300-400 worth of equipment when you have no education on using it at all, unless you're gonna have somebody there that teach you. So that's what's inside my tackle box. And for this right here, like if you guys are gonna be watching my videos, it's gonna be interesting because I've never fished with a bait caster before. I grew up fishing on like spinning reels and stuff like that. It took me about 4 days, I think, 3 to 4 days to actually understand the basics of it. Like I can start casting more comfortably without getting bird's nest at a minimal. Like one of my first day, every cast I was making, like I was getting bird's nest. It got to the point where like I got like little cuts on my fingers because like I'm just picking out, like yanking on the bird's nest to like pick them out. But like now I know a better way to pick out a bird's nest. I'll probably be making a video about that later on. But yeah, like I found a really quick way to pick out a bird's nest is really fast, and you don't get cuts on your fingers and stuff like that too. But yeah, so this is my first bait casting setup. The bait caster is a 6:3 to 1 gear ratio, and I bought this at Bass Pro Shop, and it's a Bass Pro Shop brand too. It's VPS Bionic Plus, and I don't have that much experience. I can't really give you guys a review comparison to like other bait casters, but so far like I'm really comfortable with this. Like I really like the way like how it it casts out and stuff like that. I'm still trying to get used to like all these braking systems on there because like different lures requires like different like braking systems, so that's pretty interesting too. In my videos you'll catch me like having a bird, like my first video that I posted up has a bird nest in it, but I'm gonna try and work on that. And my rod is a Abu Garcia, I think it's pronounced Veritas 2.0, but yeah, this is and you guys probably thinking like, damn, this dude probably, he dropped like $200 on this setup and he doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. But like my way of seeing it is like, cause I could have got a much cheaper setup, but if I'm gonna be this dedicated in bass fishing, like I don't want to get something so cheap. Not that there's anything wrong with getting something cheap, but if I know like I'm gonna be upgrading soon and I'm gonna be picking up on it pretty soon, like I'm just gonna get something that's gonna be mediocre, where like I'm gonna be using eventually anyway. So that's why I got this set up, is because I know I'm gonna be upgrading to this, and then after I get the hang of this, and maybe later on, like who knows, maybe I'll be upgrading from this also. But I just didn't want to buy anything cheap where I'm gonna be like forced to like upgrade within a month or two anyways. So this is my bait casting setup right here. And then I also got like another spinning reel in my trunk. I use that like I have, I think, 65-pound test on there, and I usually fish like my frogs on there. If they ever got caught in anything, like I just yank it out with no problem. And I think this is a 30 or 40-pound test braid on here that I have on here. I know a lot of you guys will probably be like, oh man, you're gonna need a lot more rods than that, but I'm just gonna use this rod for now. Just work like all the crankbait, jerkbaits, and stuff like that until I get comfortable with everything. That's when I'm going to be upgrading to like a few more rods where I can specifically use it for like a flipping and pitching rod and stuff like that. But yeah, that's all my gear that I have. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and maybe I'll post up another video pretty soon.